Yes.
Ready to go? Let's do it.
Scotland's economy. Most of us don't get to see what's really going on. The people, the companies, the ideas shaping our next chapter. So I've taken things into my own hands, going behind the scenes to piece together stories that show a side of Scotland too few of us ever see. This is Scotland. This is the new story. And today, that story brings us here, inside the National Robotarium, the UK's leading centre for robotics and AI, based in Edinburgh.
I'm going to be operating a £1 million piece of machinery. So excited. I won't break it, I promise. Promise. Okay, so they don't look so sure.
This is Touchlab, an Edinburgh-based robotics company developing electronic skin, technology designed to give robots something they've never had before, a sense of touch.
So here we have a robot that you get to control. So this is a robot arm with a robot hand, and the special thing is at the end of the hand on the fingertips we have our sensors. And what you get to do is you get to put on a glove through which you'll be able to feel what the robot feels, as well as control the robot.
Okay.
Great, that will help you get your hand into the glove, and if you can just slide your hand through. This is really the hardest part of the whole task, to get the fingers in the right place. Yeah.
Now I know how my children feel when they're trying to put on their mittens. Wow.
Excellent. So the glove will be tracking your finger motion that the robot will mimic. The arm is also tracked, so we know we can follow your motion. Again, the robot will be mimicking that. And what you're getting back is the sensation of touch.
Oh, wow.
So as
Yeah.
I'm rolling my finger,
I can feel that in, oh my gosh, I can feel that in my fingers.
so I will give you control now. Ready?
He's giving me control, okay.
See if you can
Wow.
use your fingers to move it inside of your hand. Yeah. Perfect. So this is a sort of manipulation that really benefits from knowing where you're grasping the object's
Yeah.
cup. Yeah, there you go.
Robots are getting stronger every year, but when it comes to human-robot interactions, strength isn't the challenge.
If you really want to focus on an area of robotics that's going to do something good for humanity, this would be one of them. Because you don't really need to hold, if you're holding a gun or something like this, you don't need to hold it delicately. You don't need to pull the trigger delicately. You don't need that sort of fine dexterity or touch. But if you're going to do human-robot interaction, where we're talking about interacting with, elderly patients, frail people, maybe newborn babies, doing medical procedures, these are all really dependent on being able to really have fine dexterity and really a very soft touch.
Replicating the sensitivity of the human hand is one of robotics' biggest challenges. And it's an area where engineering alone couldn't quite cut it.
When you're studying fashion, you're studying a lot of pattern making. And pattern making effectively is how to turn something that's 2D into 3D, right? So all the fabrics that you can imagine, or almost all the fabrics, will be a 2D piece of fabric, a square, like a material, right? But then when you put it onto someone, that's not 2D anymore, right? This is it fits into a human, and it needs to be tailored, or it needs to be baggy, or it needs to look a certain way. So turning a 2D flat model into something that's 3D, and it wraps around the hand, or it wraps around phalanges, fingertips, that's where my fashion and pattern making background came into play.
This is quite a complex technology. So these are printed ink sensors. They're called, the type of material is called a quantum tunneling material. This is why you can make the sensor thinner than human skin and actually able to do what most of human skin can do in terms of the dynamic ranges of forces. We're looking to imitate those artificially, entirely through this kind of electronic skin. But then if you look at also the human fingertip, we have thousands of sensors per fingertip, which is just, nobody's replicated that artificially. We want to be the first to get there.
Touchlab's focus is on healthcare, where dexterity and precision are critical to success.
We can then give doctors the ability to take care of their patients remotely. These sort of robots can work at any distance. We can operate them from anywhere. So that then gives us ability to bring healthcare closer to people.
For the people building this technology, the motivation isn't just technical.
My mum was a nurse, used to be a nurse, actually in the NHS here in the UK. So I have a personal motivation for trying to solve these sorts of problems. I see robots going into other areas, the military, car manufacturing facilities, creating more trash, not really solving impactful problems for humanity.
I really think that they can help advance humanity and advance us as a community, and really trying to bring this missing piece, which is the skin. That's what's going to catalyze, or part of what's going to catalyze being able to have those robots in the home, close to fragile patients, close to children, close to elderly people.
And increasingly, companies like Touchlab are choosing to build this future here in Scotland.
I'm pretty sure the GDP impact on Scotland of just this one building is going to be huge. So why don't we make more? The future is automation, it is AI, it is robotics. Scotland could be a net producer or a net consumer of these goods. So why don't we make it a net producer?
Touchlab is building technology at the cutting edge of human-robot interactions, rooted in Scotland. And this is just one part of the story. This is Scotland. This is the new story.